So hello everyone, my name is Ankit Sharma and today we are going to learn how to create smart Angular apps using Azure Computer Vision. We are going to create an Angular application and make it smart using Azure AI services. Let me introduce myself. I am a full stack consultant. I am an author and a speaker. I am a Google developer expert for Angular and a Microsoft MVP. I also write blog at my personal blog ankitsharmablogs.com. You can connect with me on Twitter at ankitsharma_007. First question is, what is computer vision? Computer vision is an AI service that analyzes content in the image. So as the name suggests vision, so it analyzes the content of an image. It is very easy to integrate with the application with a very simple API call. It can run on cloud or on premise with the container such as Docker. The Azure Computer Vision provides two API, the Read API and the OCR API. Today we are going to use the OCR API. The Read API is ideal for text-heavy images such as scanned document as it executes asynchronously. The Read API support image with both printed and handwritten text. The Read API has support for English, Spanish, German, French, Italian, Portuguese, and Dutch languages only. It does not support any other language apart from the language mentioned over here. The image requirement for Read APIs are the format should be JPEG, PNG, BMP, PDF, or TIFF. The dimensions should be between 50 into 52, 10,000 into 10,000 pixels. If you are using a PDF page, then it must be 70 into 17 inches or smaller, and the file size must be less than 20 MB. The second API, the OCR API, which we are going to use today for our demo, executes synchronously and it is not optimized for large document. And the OCR API supports only printed text. This is in contrast with the Read API, which support handwritten text also. The OCR API does not support any handwritten text. So if you are supposed, if so, which API you should use totally depends on your use case. The OCR API supports 25 languages. However, we have seen in case of Read API, it supports only 5 or 6 languages. The image requirements of OCR APIs are the format should be JPEG, PNG, GIF, or BMP. The point to note here is that it does not support PDF. The dimensions of the image should be between 15 to 50 to 4200 into 4200 pixels. The text in the image can be rotated by any multiple of 90 degree plus a small angle of up to 40 degrees. So the application which we are going to build today will be a full stack application. We will be using we will be creating a optical character reader. So we are going to upload an image with some text on it, and we will be using the Azure Cognitive Service OCR API to extract the text from the image, and then that text will be displayed on the screen. The UI will be developed using Angular, and the backend will be using .NET. So the prerequisites for this application is that you need to install Visual Studio 2019, and while installing Visual Studio 2019, please make sure that you have selected the ASP.NET and web development workload. Since we are working with Angular, so we need to install Node.js as well as Angular CLI. Using Angular CLI is not mandatory. It Angular CLI just provides some of the easy to use uh, commands to create the components and services for Angular. That's why we are using Angular CLI. And you need an Azure subscription account because we are going to create a Azure Cognitive Service API. We are also going to install Microsoft Cognitive Service.vision.computer vision NuGet package also. This package provides access to Microsoft Cognitive Service Computer Vision APIs. So you can install using the command shown on the screen. You can visit to a NuGet website to know more about it. Okay, so it's demo time. So I have opened the Azure portal. In the Azure portal, we are going to create the cognitive service. So first search for cognitive service here. Now click on create button. In the In the search box here, search the marketplace, search for computer vision. Here you can see, click on this tab and then click on the create button. Once you click on the create button, you have to fill the project details. So you select a subscription, then you select a resource group. Here I will select the resource group from here. You can select a reason and you put a name for your resource. Sorry, name for your API. So I will write ng computer vision. Pricing tier, we'll select the free one. Click on review plus create. In the review plus create, you can just review that whatever information you have put is correct and as per your liking. Then click on the create button. Once you click on the create button, it will start creating your computer vision API resource. So we'll wait for a moment for this to create. It is showing deployment is in progress. It will take 2 minutes to get it done.
Quickly, Ankit, while that happens, I thought let me just hop in, right? It may
Yeah.
take some time. Okay, it's done.
You can hop in. You can hop in. You are the boss here. You can hop in anytime.
No, Ankit, I was just curious, while you were doing that, I mean, you just created a computer vision. Did you anytime create a resource group or something like that, or that will happen on its own?
No, you have to create. So I will give you an example. Just open a new tab. I will give you an example. Let's handle the doubts from the public also right now. Let me open. Click on create a resource. Sorry, let me search computer vision, cognitive service. Click on create and click on computer vision. Okay. Click here and click on create. Now if you have to create a resource group, there is a create new button over here.
Okay.
So there are these resource group I have already created with my other services. So if you look at this book card, so there is a book card application which I am working on. There is a new application, movie application I am working on. So I have created application wise. If you want to
Okay.
and this cognitive service resource I created yesterday because I wanted to for this particular demo only. If you want to click on create new and give any name. Let's say I give demo group and click on OK, and that's it. Demo group is created.
Perfect. Makes sense. So I think you can always either go ahead and use the existing one or on the
Yeah,
fly
or you
create
can
a new
create,
one
yeah,
too.
or on the fly and on the fly you can create a new one.
Okay, Ankit, thank you so much for you can continue. I won't hop
Yeah,
in now
okay.
again.
Yeah, okay, no problem. You can hop in anytime. So our deployment is complete. Click on go to resource button and then here you can see your computer vision resource. On the left hand menu, click on keys and endpoint. Here you can see it is showing the key. There are two keys shown. You can use any key, any one of the keys, and then there is an endpoint. So we are going to use these key and endpoint in our application. So just before that, we'll open our Visual Studio and to create the resource. So on Visual Studio, click on create a new project. Click on ASP.NET Core Web Application, then click on next, and then give the name as ngcv demo. You can give any name and click on create. In this page, create a new ASP.NET Core Web application. Please select ASP.NET Core with Angular template. And in the top drop down, select ASP.NET Core 5.0. So if you look at this drop down, it will show you all the ASP.NET Core version which is installed in your machine. So I have 2.1, 3.1, and 5.0. So we are going to use the latest one. So 5.0 and select this template and then click on the create button. So by doing so, it will create your Angular. It will create a complete solution file which is integrated with your Angular. So I'm not going to do it now. I have already created the application because creating it will take some time. It has to install all the dependencies. So I have already created it. So here is the project which I have created. The name is ng computer vision. Now we will understand the solution first, solution files. So in the solution files, we have the controllers folder where we will be putting our API controllers. here we have models and DTO models. So I have created two models. We are going to look into in detail what are the models, and then we have data transfer object models also. The interesting point here is the client app folder. The client app folder holds your Angular code. So if you look at this, there is source app, and then there are all your components over here. Then here you have app module, and then here is your index.html. So all your client code, your client application resides in this client app folder. So we are going to write all our Angular code inside this folder. So first of all, we'll see our models. So we have created two models. One is language details, which contains the name, native name, and directory. All these are all of type string. So we have created these models so that we can tightly couple the data coming from the Azure API. So we can also use var to make it less loosely coupled. But I always prefer to have models so that it will be tightly coupled with your models. Similarly, we have the available language model, which contains a dictionary of type string and language details. Then we have created two data transfer object. One is the OCR result, which contains the language and detected language. And detected text. So what will happen is that when we are going to upload an image, it will detect the language of the text inside the image also. And since I told you that it supports 25 languages, so it is going to return the name of the language if it is from those 25 languages. If it is not from those 25 languages, then it is going to return unknown. Then in the available language DTO, we have the language ID and language name. So this is a sample response from your Azure Computer Vision API. So we have to understand this sample JSON response. So it will help us to understand better about our model structure. So here, if you look at this, it is saying language equals to EN, which is fine, English. Then text angle means if the text is rotated or not. Orientation up, if the orientation of the image is upwards or downwards. Then it is showing us the words. So like one word, once, you, replace, negative. So if you look at this, it is giving us lines, and inside that lines it is giving us words. So this is how the data is coming from the Azure Computer Vision API. This is how we are fetching the data. So we have to do some manipulation at our code level to produce this data in a readable format. What are the manipulation we need to do? First manipulation is the language. If I have to show the detected language to the end user, I am not going to show EN. It does not make any sense. The user does not know what EN means. I have to show the full name English. Similarly, if I am using German, it will show DE. I'm not going to show DE to user. I'm going to show German to user. So we have to write our own logic to convert the code to their corresponding language name. Second thing that we need to do is that here we are getting word wise. We are not going to show the user word wise. We have to show to the user line wise. So we have to append all these words of a single line together, and then we have to return the string in the same format. So we are going to do that in our code. So here I have created the OCR controller. This is the controller which will handle our API calls from the front end, and then it is going to do the API calls to our Azure API. So first method is read text from stream. This method will accept a array of bytes, and then it is going to call the Azure API endpoint. Okay, before we do that, I forget to add one thing. We have to add the subscription key and endpoint also. So from where we'll get that? From here. So copy, click on this to copy. Go here and create, put your subscription key, and then similarly with endpoint, copy and put your endpoint over here. So here we have defined our subscription key and endpoint, and this is the URI base. So we are going to call this API endpoint, your endpoint slash vision slash version 2.1 slash OCR. So this is the complete endpoint where our Azure Community Service API will return the data. Now we have a read text from stream method. In this method, we are accepting an array of bytes, and then we are inserting the subscription key in the header, and we are sending the request parameter language equals to unknown, which means that I am telling the API endpoint that I do not know the language. You tell me what is the language. and detect orientation true. It will detect if the orientation is up or down. Then we are going to do an HTTP call to the endpoint. We're going to do a post call, and then we will get the response JSON, and then we are going to parse it as a string and return from here. So this is what we are going to do in read text from stream method. Now this method post method will be called by our UI, the Angular UI. The Angular is going to post the image data over here. So we are going to upload the image, and it will send the image data to our post API endpoint. So here we have created an a string builder method, sorry, a string builder object, and then we are going to get the data from get the file from our headers. And if the file exists, if file length is greater than 0, we are going to create a memory stream, and then we are going to call read text from stream method, and we are sending the image bytes to that. Once we get the result, we are going to iterate over it using a for each loop, and then we are going to append every word of a single line. So here you can see we are using a nested for each loop. We are going to first iterate over the words. So if you look at this, first we are going to iterate over this words JSON, and then once that is appended, one line is created. Similarly, we are going to again append over all the words and all the lines, and create all the lines like that. So after iterating over this part, we'll get the result. If the language is equals to unknown, if the language is not detected by the Azure API, it will return unknown, UNK for short. So we are going to send that this language is not supported. We are going to return this message, and then we are going to send that to the front end. If there are any errors, we are going to send that language is unknown. Now there is a third method which we have created, get available languages. So what this method is going to do, one important point to mention, one important point to note here is that the OCR API returns the language code that we have already seen. Here you can see that the OCR API is returning the language code, but we cannot show the language code to the end user. We have to show the full text. Therefore, we need a dictionary to look up for the name of the language corresponding to its language code. So the Azure Cognitive Service, Azure Computer Vision API support 25 languages. These languages are a subset of the language which is supported by the Azure Translate Text API. So there is another Azure API called Translate Text. So we are going to fetch the list of language supported by the Azure Translate Text API. There is no dedicated endpoint to fetch the list of language supported by OCR API. Therefore, we are using the Translate Text API endpoint to fetch the list of the language. Then we will create a language lookup dictionary using the JSON response from this API call, and filter the result based on the language code which is returned by the OCR API. So this we are going to see that in action in a minute. So this get available language will call our Microsoft Translate Text API endpoint over here. It will do an HTTP call, and then it will get the list of available language. It will deserialize it, and then it will create a key value pair. That's a dictionary, which will have the language code and the corresponding name of the language, and then it will return to the UI. So that is all about the backend. Now we are going to move to the UI part. In the UI, we have created the models over here. So in the UI, we have created the models. These are the same models as our data transfer object on the backend. So we have the language ID, language name for available language class, and then we have the language and detected text for the OCR result class. And then we have created a computer vision service. The computer vision service will will have two methods. One is get available language. It is going to call our get available language methods over here. This is a get call. And then we have get text from image method. It is going to do a post call, and it is sending the image to our backend, and then it will return the response to which will be a text of the detected language. In the component, we have set the maximum size allowed for the image is 4 MB. We have set the size, and we have defined the max file size. And when the component is initialized, we are fetching the list of languages over here. And then we have upload image method. The upload image method is going to check about the uploaded image. So first it will check the image size. If the file size is more than 4 MBs, it is going to return a error. And then if the file type is not of type image, then it is going to again return an error, because we are handling only image. We should not upload any text file or any other kind of file, so it has to be type image. Else, if all the checks passed on the client side, we are going to we are going to create a file reader, and we are going to read the object, and then call the backend API. Then there is a get text method which will be called on a button click. This will append the image data to our image data object. So image data object is of type form data, so we are going to send the form data from the UI, and then it will call our get text from image method from the service. And once we get the result, we are going to we are going to look into the available language dictionary which we have just created. And here you can see that we are checking if the available language has the language ID, and the language ID equals to the OCR language result.language. So if, for example, if it is the detected language is English, it will check for that. If the language ID en equals to the detected language, if it is equal, then it is going to send the corresponding language name, which is in this case will be English if we are using en as a keyword. Else, if it is not present, then it is going to set the detected language to unknown. On the HTML side, we have created on the HTML side, we have created an upload image button over here, which is used and a image to show the preview of the and a image tag to show the preview also. So once we click on the upload image, there is upload event, upload image will be called, and there is a button which is used to extract the data. And when you click on this button, the get text method will be called. So we have already defined all those methods in our component. So let us run this and see this in action. Okay, still loading. Still loading. It's taking too much time. I am not sure why it is taking so much time. It should not take that much time. Yeah, it is getting loaded. Okay. Okay, so we'll navigate to our computer vision component, and here you can see we have the option to upload the image, and then there is a text box which will show the result. So click on choose file, and here I have created a set of different kind of images. So first will be English language. So this is the English language which we have uploaded, the image with text English language. Click on extract text button, and here you can see we are getting the result. Now there are few important points to note over here. First point is, if you see the text and the image and the text on the image, you can see they are exact replicas, which means there are few words which are in uppercase and there are few words which are in lowercase. So it has detected the text in exact same manner. So this is very important to note. Second point is that as per our logic in our API here in this post method, we are creating where is that here we are creating the lines using the words by iterating over the JSON. So here we are getting the result in exact same format. If you see, we have line breaks at the correct point. Once you replace negative, line break. Similarly, in the image, once you replace negative, line break. Similarly, all the line breaks are at the exact same point. So this particular thing is done by our own logic, which we have written in our backend API. This is very important to note that if we will not do this manipulation, then data will be returned word wise, which we have seen in the JSON response over here. So here you can see the data is returned in per word. So we have to do some manipulation to make the data readable for the end user. Okay, detected language English. So it is returning en from the backend, but inside this subscription we are checking from the available language dictionary, which we are already fetching in case of ng on in it, that if the language id equals to the results language, if it is equals, then we are going to return the name of the language, which is English in this particular case. Now let me choose another text file. So this is about English. Then we have French. I don't understand what is written over here. I just downloaded this image from Google. I don't know what does this mean. Click on extract text, and again you can see the exact text is shown over here, and the detected language French is also shown on the image. Sorry, on the screen. Now these are two positive scenarios which we have seen. Now let's talk about negative scenario, high resolution image. So we already discussed that we have a limit on the size. So I try to upload an image which is more than 4 MBs in size. It is giving me an error that the file size is this many bytes, which is almost 10 MBs, which is more than the allowed limit of 4 MBs. So we are not allowed to do that. Now Hindi language. Unfortunately, Hindi is not supported. So if I click on extract text, let's see what is we are getting. We are getting the message: the language is not supported and detected language is unknown. How this is working? So on the back end here, the this if condition will fail. It is saying that if OCR result dot language dot equal unknown returns false, because we are using not. So if the language is unknown, then it will go to the else part, and here we are returning the text: this language is not supported, and this text is written on the UI and it will be shown over here. What about this detected language? This will be done again in this our subscription. In the subscription we are using this if statement: if available language dot find language id equals to OCR result dot language. In this case it's unknown, it is not find, so this if statement fails. That's why it goes to this else block and it will show the detected language as unknown. So this language is not supported, that's why we got the language is not supported and detected language unknown. Again another scenario. No text. In this there is just image, there is no text. Let's see what will happen. Again we are get the same error because the OCR API is not able to detect any text here. So that's why it is saying that the language is not supported and detected language is unknown, because this particular again this particular case failed, and we went to the else part. Next scenario, the final scenario is text file. So we already discussed that only image file is supported. So if I try to upload a text file, I will get an error message that, okay, please upload a valid image file, because text files are not supported. So let me put a positive scenario over here. And so that is all about creating a OCR API application using Angular and Azure Computer Vision Cognitive Service. So you have seen that Azure Computer Vision is very easy to use. So even if you just need to create a APIs on your Azure portal, and you can use the API endpoints directly in your application, and then do some manipulation, data manipulation, so that the data is available in a readable format to your end users. For example, here we are doing the language detection, and we are also creating our text in a proper readable manner. So we do some manipulation and then use an UI to show the data. So finally, before we close, there are few resources for you guys. So I will suggest you to take a screenshot, take an image using your phone if your phone lying around. So these are the few resources which will be helpful. So the GitHub link for this repository is bit.ly ng-ocr repo. The article, I have already written an article on my blog, ankitsharmablogs.com, where you can read about everything we have talked in this session step-by-step manner. So in that article, I have explained everything: how to create the APIs, how to create the your application, how to do API calls and everything. And you can connect with me on LinkedIn and Twitter, and I'm happy to discuss anything related to technology, be it Angular, Blazor, ASP.NET, Azure, anything. I'm always happy to answer your questions.